All right, happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. We've got two games tonight. We'll see how it goes. Both of these are going to be in the NLDS. We've got the Phillies and the Dodgers and the Brew Crew and the Cubs. A recap from yesterday gave you guys 5 best bets. We went 2, 2, and 1, so a bit of a wash. We had the Mariners on the money line, went up 3-0, and then they just absolutely collapsed. We had the Mariners and the Tigers, both teams to score 3. Obviously, we cashed that. We had the Dodgers race to 4. Terrible game by the Dodgers. Yamamoto looked great to start, and then just an absolute epic collapse. We had the Blue Jays plus 1.5. Should have just taken a money line. And we had the Brewers and the Cubs under 7, ended at 7, so we pushed that bet. I got 3 best bets for you guys today. They're going to be pretty square. I'm not going to lie. When I see kind of this landscape here, pretty square. But we'll talk about the first game, Phillies and the Dodgers. Christopher Sanchez going up against Tyler Glasnow. Should be a pretty interesting pitching matchup. Sanchez in his career against the Dodgers is 2-0 with a 4.01 ERA. Pitched against them twice last year, twice this year. Did not go well in the 2 games he pitched against them this year. He gave up 8 earned runs. Now that's during the regular season. Obviously, he did pitch in game 1 as well, but we're just talking regular season. Glasnow in the regular season versus the Phillies is 1-0 with a 7.56 ERA. Pitched against him in April. Did not go well. Only went 2 innings, gave up 5 earned runs. Could definitely see the over hitting today. It's 7.5. My plan, I will be betting the over at some point, I think, but I'm going to live bet it. I think both of these starting pitchers come out and throw pretty well. My issue with Glasnow is just how far will he go? He hasn't been throwing a ton of innings. Last start, he only went 1.2 innings. Start before that, he threw 3 innings. So it's really, you got to go all the way back to September 20th to where he's thrown 5 or more innings. So could we see him go 5? Yeah, absolutely. But I just don't know how his stamina is doing. We look at batter versus pitcher here. Shohei hitting 211 off of Sanchez. Teoscar Hernandez hitting 333. Freddie Freeman hasn't had a good track record. 2 for 14. Kiki Hernandez 3 for 14. Tommy Edman 4 for 13. Pajes 4 for 13. Mookie is 2 for 9. So not great, not terrible. They do have some pretty high K rates when it comes to Shohei, Teoscar, and Mookie, all above 33% K rates. On the other side, with Glasnow versus this Phillies lineup, Bryce Harper's 3 for 6. You've got Max Kepler's 2 for 6. And that's about it, really, honestly. Trey Turner's 1 for 9. Schwarber's 1 for 9. Harrison Bader's 1 for 8. So not a lot of good stuff there. Schwarber has faced Glasnow 9 times, and he struck out 6 times. That's a 67% K rate. He's gotten Harper 2 out of 6. He's gotten Brandon Marsh 2 out of 4. So does have some pretty good K rates against this squad, which makes sense. Phillies do just tend to strike out. In terms of how these pitchers have been performing, they've been doing pretty well. But if you're going to get to Sanchez, it's on the road. He has a 10-7 record, or I should say the Phillies do, when he is on the road. So it's not like at home where he has just been absolutely dominant. He's definitely been more susceptible on the road. Glasnow's been better at home. So I do think we see kind of an inverse of yesterday. I don't trust either bullpen, though. That's the scary part for me, and that's why I'll be betting the over if things go to plan and we see a 1-0 game after 4 or 5 innings. Once we get to that point where the bullpens start coming in, I'll bang the over because one of these bullpens is going to collapse. It's just the way we've seen in every game. So I do like an alt over, like I said, if both starting pitchers are throwing the ball really well. Now, conversely, if they just absolutely get shelled and give up 5 in the first, I'll take the under because that's typically how that goes. Case in point, yesterday in the Brewers game, the Brewers gave up 4 runs, or I should say Quentin Priester did, and it was, 4-1 after the first inning, and we still pushed the 7. So it tends to kind of work like that. So that is my plan for that. But give me the Dodgers on the money line as a best bet in this game. And then our final game, the Brew Crew and the Cubs. No starting pitchers have been announced, but I think we could deduce Freddie Peralta is going to be pitching for the Brewers. He can shut them down here probably going to be like an opener, or it's going to be Matthew Boyd, right? It could be like a Drew Pomeranz, could be, God, I can't think of his name. I can't think of it, but could be somebody. God, that's going to annoy me until I figure out his name. Good God, Kittredge. We could see Kittredge open, right? Could be a Pomeranz type of opening situation. They've got Savali, they got Ben Brown, but I don't think we'll see either of them. So this would be one we might just see Boyd come out hot. And I just want to fade Boyd. Boyd's been fantastic at Wrigley, but he just hasn't looked good. Hasn't looked good in a little bit here. Now, that said, do I think the Cubs can get to Peralta? I think they can. He'll be pitching on short rest. It'd be a 4-day rest, but he looked absolutely dominant in his start against them in Milwaukee. We were under his 6.5 Ks. He finished with like 8 or 9. He was absolutely dominant. Cubs couldn't do anything against him. After scoring 1 against him, he just blanked them after that. So this is one I do like me some Brew Crew here to shut it out. I think we're getting -120. I know it's on the road, but they're the better team. I think this is just good value to take a significantly better team. In terms of the weather, at Wrigley, it is going to be a little on the chillier side. It's going to be between 57, 59 degrees as the game goes on. We do have the wind that's going to be starting blowing in and then blowing out towards the end. So I think the over 7 is extremely viable. But again, I think it's one where we could see some decent pitching to begin the game. So I'm going to hold off on that. And probably look to maybe get that at like 6 if I can, maybe a 5.5 or something. But same thing. I don't really trust this Cubs bullpen. We saw the Cubs score 4 in the first, and then they didn't score the rest of the game. So I would say offensively, the momentum's kind of on Milwaukee's side. They had a chance to win that yesterday. Frankly, they should have, but they didn't. So this is Brew Crew for me up. So like I said, it's very square day for me, taking the 2 favorites. And then our last best bet here is going to be the Nerfy in the Phillies-Dodgers game. It's -130. Now, the wind is going to be blowing out at Dodger Stadium, but it's only going to be about 7-8 miles an hour blowing out to right center field. It's going to be between 77 and 81 degrees during this game. So kind of a standard day in LA, but I do like the first inning to be pretty clean for both of these starting pitchers. So those are our 3 best bets. Like I said, super square card, but if you guys are interested in football, hockey, things like that, make sure you guys join the free Discord. It's in the description. A lot of good plays and things like that posted in there. Good people that just like to bet on sports and help each other to beat the book. So appreciate you guys tuning into the video today, and we'll catch you in the next one.